Hi, this is Appliance Doctor here. I want to show you why a dishwasher is not draining. And we have one of these Hotpoint models with a timer, model number right here in the door. And it's not draining, got water at the bottom. Two different things that could be going on. One of them, if it's burning like smell, we might have a problem down the bottom with the solenoid melting. And I'll show you down here underneath it. This is the solenoid right next to the pump. If that's melted, then we got a problem with the timer getting stuck. But this one looks good, so we have a different problem. Another really common problem with dishwashers not draining, check the air gap at the sink. Make sure there's nothing in there. For example, on this one here, open it up and show you how this opens up. Squeeze the sides there, the top comes right off, and you look inside there to have a flashlight. See anything in the smaller tube there. If there's nothing there, then that's not your problem. Something else like with the dishwasher. Okay. Next step would be to go inside the dishwasher and remove the racks to have more space in the bottom there. You're gonna need a couple different tools, mainly 1/4 inch nut driver or a socket, a flat screwdriver, and a flashlight, especially for light. Let's go ahead and remove the top rack here real quick. I'll show you how to remove it. Got a couple stoppers here, one on the right, one on the left, and it's fairly easy. The screwdriver, put it on the back side, and voila, they just comes right out. Get a better view of this real quick here. Okay, once we got the stoppers out, you gotta make more room, remove the rack out of there. Once you got the rack out of there, we want to get in here to see what's going on. Very common with this model here, there's a floating ball that goes missing where it breaks in two pieces and is not there anymore. So we're going to check for that if it's not there, and that's our problem. Okay, our first one we're probably going to need is your nut driver here to get down. There's a screw here in the bottom. Trying to get to it and open this up. Okay, so release that 1/4 inch screw, get it out. Our next step was getting the flat screwdriver and getting on the back side here. A good light does work really well. You're gonna need it. Okay. On the back side, there's a tab. You gotta be extra careful you don't break it. Once that's released, the wash arm comes up. Also, releasing that tab, if you need to replace the wash arm, which sometimes the tower that comes up will break on some of these models. And if you need to push that tab out of the way to get this up, to get that out. Okay. Once you have that out, you always want to look inside here with your flashlight to make sure there's a washer inside there. Okay, if the washer on it, it's a friction washer. You need to have it in there for the washer arm to turn properly. You get a pliers, or you can even see it just like that. Make sure you put it back in place and it's not missing. Okay, once that's out, this round filter disc here needs to come out because the floating ball is on the back side in here. Okay, you do not need to remove the grill or anything. You're gonna need to push this tab which you use the screwdriver to move out of the way. I'll show you a closer picture here. What you need to do to get that wash arm out, you put the screwdriver on the back side here, and you put a little pressure on it. Do not overdo it, or else you'll break the tab, and that will not be a fun job. Once that is out, now to get the the filter part out, you need to put pressure on the opposite side from the back side. You push on the tab there until you feel the filter release and come up. And you gotta be extra careful. The tab is really sensitive. If you break it, it's not gonna be fun. Once you get that out of there, the filter's out. You get your light and look inside there. There should be a orange floating ball. It's a check valve which allows the water to, when it goes into a drain mode, if it's not there, it does not block the water. The water keeps recirculating, does not come back. And I'll show you a picture of the floating ball, how it looks like. It's one of these little guys here. Okay, it's pretty small, and that just drops inside there. So if the ball is in there, then everything's okay. You might have a different problem, something maybe on the drain hose, but very common with this model here. This floating ball goes missing. All you need to just drop it in there. And if you get a light, you'll see it. There's a little bit of water inside there. Once that's in there, you just put everything back together, which is a lot easier than taking it apart. So your first thing, you probably need to get the filter back in there. Line up the back side in first, and then in the front here, right next to that screw, there's a little tube. You gotta align that rubber tube piece to the filter. Okay, once that's down enough, you're gonna get that screw back in here. Okay, with the 1/4 inch nut driver or a socket of some form. The taking apart of this model is the more difficult part. Putting it back together, it's going to be the more easier part. Your main thing on this, putting this back together, not breaking something. And that tab that holds the wash arm in place is a critical one that everybody has trouble with. So treat it really gently, because if you break, you're going to need more parts, and that won't be fun. Once that screws back in place in there, washer's inside.